Well, good morning. Happy Wednesday to everybody out there. Welcome to the live stream. As usual, we are back on a Wednesday with the Everyday Growth Advisors live stream. Pre-market 1 hour before the mayhem starts. Today, boy, do we have an interesting day. Let's make sure all systems are a go. If you can hear me, throw me a thumbs up or something to the similar effect. Once again, I appreciate each and every one of you being here, taking your time out to attend the stream. We simplify all the news and all of the details so you don't have to go looking for it. And today, we continue to do the same. So if you haven't smashed that like button, please smash that like button. That's the only thing I ask of you. I appreciate you smashing the like button. All right, let's start today. So we have first up the news, right? As always, let me get my little thingamajig here. My thingamajig. By the way, you can keep those questions coming in. I'm going to try and put more time and emphasis onto answering your questions today. We only have one rule. When you're making your call outs or you're making me check what your trade is, make sure you include the strike date, the strike price, the ticker. Make sure that you include all of those good things so that I can get accurate analysis for you. Okay, that's my only ask, to help you. Okay, awesome. So it says India is offering 40 billion in loans, unsecured loans. Oh wow, that's the word unsecured makes me feel insecure. I don't know about that. Okay, to small businesses, 40 billion is a lot though. Damn. Okay. It's the right wing India is really trying to get businesses get up and going again. Indian companies are getting downgraded like never before. Modi is the Prime Minister of India, by the way. He pledges 265 billion aid to revive India's economy. A lot of economies are going to be doing this now, and I think this is just the beginning. There's a lot of uncertainty right now, guys. We're living in some uncharted territory. Remember when Jack Sparrow went off to find the Black Pearl again, and he had to go to some place that he never went before? Yeah, we're there, guys. We're definitely there. And we don't have no monkeys. Okay, other news, U.S. futures rise, Euro stop. Right after this drop, we had a pop. So we'll go to technical analysis and we'll just continue to do the news. China seals off cities near North Korea as new clusters grow. Ooh, sounds bad. Very interesting news today. World's biggest container shipper warns of a 25% slump in volumes. Once again, Las Vegas Sands gives up on 10 billion Japan casino project. Uh-oh, sounds bad. China trade expert says U.S. farm deal hinges on tensions easing. Doesn't sound good neither. So the news is starting to be bearish again. Okay, which means, what does that mean? Here, let's see if you guys can start to guess it. If the news is bearish, what do? Tencent sales, game sales surged most in years during China lockdown. This we kind of saw coming, right? Tencent has been a world leader, not the world leader, but China's leader for gaming platform for a long time. SocGen to make goodwill payments to Singapore Airlines short sellers. Okay, I don't know what to say about that. All right, well, apart from Bloomberg, let's go to Wall Street Journal. Companies start to reap in billions in tax breakouts to help ride out the slump. All right, sounds good. What else? Lenders race to keep up with the request of consumer debt relief. China, maybe sampling such coronavirus official. Okay, Supreme Court to weigh whether electoral college members must stick to state's popular vote. Okay. U.S. stock futures drift up as investors await Powell's speech. Today, I don't know if you guys are aware, Powell, our man Jay Powell, Mr. Powell himself, he will single-handedly make the market move either up or down by the speed of light. And officials weigh long-term virus plans. Okay, so one thing that you can see is there is a clear divide between nations on whether they should lift lockdowns or not. I'm going to try this again because investing.com's pre-market was not working earlier, and I don't think it's working now. Yeah, it is not working. Okay, we're going to use a different one. We're going to use Market Watch today. Okay, let's see. Leaders on today. Let's see. We have movers. Pre-market change. Oh my goodness, what is this? Whatever the stock is just moved 17%. Jeffries, Medallia, Okay, nothing here that I know of. This looks interesting though. 7% move in Cintas Corp. Okay, we'll take a look at that later, maybe. Bluebird, Chesapeake Energy sector continues to get hit here. Most active CCL. I guess they had I think they report. Oh no, that was RCL. RCL had reported earnings, right? Apple seeing a little bit of movement. No, less than 1%. Nothing crazy, guys. Moderna seeing some moves. Let's see. All right, Tesla seeing some moves up, right? I am starting to have some doubts about Tesla. I'm gonna go through this analysis on a later day when I do a proper breakdown. But right now, I'm thinking of entering some bearish positions. I'm just thinking, but I have not thought about it yet. I'm just thinking, so it's a different thing. When I come to a conclusion, I will update you of my conclusion, and then we can go from there. But I'm starting to think that I want to be bearish on Tesla, so I'm letting you know how I think. Apart from that, let's see, Macy's, blah, 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 blah. Okay, nothing really that great over here. We will skip this. Today we have, remember, the federal budget balance, FOMC speaker, New Zealand dollar, they have a press conference, monetary policy statement, and then we have this one that's going to make the biggest move at 8 p.m., which is in 30 minutes from now. So while we are going through this this live stream, Mr. Powell is going to speak, and this guy has a very big impact on the markets, as we all know. Also, core CPI would have just come out. Let's have a look. The consumer price index. So, oh man, the purchasing price index. Okay, let's see. So why is this important? I'll show you. Hey, come on, load. Okay, so the PPI, which is also called the producer price index, is important because why? It changes it measures the change in the price of finished goods and services sold by producers, excluding food and energy. Okay, so remember, looks worse than usual. Yeah, actually it is worse than usual. It is pretty bad. All right, let's see, did the market have any reaction? It did. It's not liking that. Okay, we'll see. Maybe that was a minute reaction, could be anything. Let's move on to the technical analysis of SPY, as we usually do. Let's see. All right, so we have been on the same story for a while now, right? With SPY, with SPX, SPY, same thing, right? The last was when we were here, okay? And I said that we could come down here to test this before going back up. Well, we never really went down here. What we did was we kept flirting with this level here, which was the fib retracement as well. And then we, kind of made these two waves, and then we broke here yesterday after, or rather in the last 10 minutes of the market close, there was a huge sell-off. And then the market continued to sell off after hours. And when the market opened up, it started to bottom up, and then Asia's market bought everything back up. Some would say this is institutional selling. Yes, I think that was institutional volume, definitely. And it's kind of interesting because I feel like at this point, institutions sold just so people would get scared and sell out of their positions here when the market opens. And then, it creates some bearish pressure on the market together with the uncertainty about Powell. And, they want to scare people out of their positions. But if you actually look at it, it's, the SPX has been holding this 150-200 moving average as a very solid support. You can see it. It's tested it 3 times now. So it's obviously, we don't know. Obviously, it can go up and then come down when Powell is speaking, because we don't know what J Powell is going to say. But this says that this support level is pretty solid, and we are still on an uptrend. You can see the gradient still facing up, and volume has been kind of all over the place. So volume doesn't really tell you anything in this case, because it's been pretty flat, I want to say. But we're seeing, some signs of ups and downs. Expect, some downs and then ups and downs, and then it's really difficult to tell where we are going now. The bearish case is that investors are institutional traders are trying to get novice traders to sell their positions so that they can get a better entry and take them themselves. They will start to buy into the selling, which is a very typical thing to do. Or the flip side is that they sold ahead of the institutional traders who believe this is a dip and they bought the dip. So there's two ways to look at this. Okay. Either way, I think that it's a safe time to stay away till the market figures it out. I wouldn't, take any aggressive positions today, right at the market open. Let the market do its thing and figure it out, for maybe 1 or 2 days. And if you really want to take any positions, take them in non-affected coronavirus stocks. Take tech companies that will not get affected at all. That's what you should be doing. You can, take positions in like I want to say Microsoft has a pretty good fundamental, right? You want to take positions in companies that will thrive, right, during the coronavirus, like Slack might be one of them, like Work, ticker symbol Work. Peloton was one of them, right? Yeah, Peloton had a rally yesterday. I don't know how it's doing today, but those are the kinds of companies. Think about what would do well during this coronavirus and then take those, because you want anti-coronavirus stocks. You don't want to do any stocks that are risky, like high tech, like Nvidia. No, stay out of that. AMD, that kind of stuff. Like, stay out of the tech stocks that will cause uncertainty. Like, you don't know if Nvidia is gonna, continue to rally, but it can sell off with the market. So be careful. All right. So that concludes the technical analysis today. I don't have much else to say, and I don't want to pick a side today. It's one of those days where I don't feel comfortable picking a side. We've been going range bound in this range for so long. Like, we've been going sideways for so long that we might as well play, like, I don't know, tic-tac-toe or something. It just doesn't make sense. We will wait for a clear signal before we take positions aggressively. But still on the uptrend, seems like we could reverse. It's the reversal. The reversal case is getting stronger and stronger as we have failed to break this multiple times. So I am feeling slightly more bearish than I am bullish, but I still feel like there's a chance that if the Fed says something crazy today, we can just start rallying again. So it's really unseen, and we will see how this turns out. All right. So I'm ready for your questions today, and if you have some questions, post them in the comments. If you're here for the first time, welcome into the stream. I appreciate you being here. Please smash the like button. That's my only ask of you. I appreciate all of you being here. And also, I want to make a small announcement. Yesterday, I posted I posted a new post on my Instagram. Let's see if I can pull it up here. Maybe I can. Maybe. Oh, there we go. So I posted a new post on Instagram yesterday with regards to the course that I've created for the next wave. And if you're interested in this course, there are exactly 14 spots now. So this is the advanced options course. Sorry, my bad. Let me just go to... If you want to find me on Instagram, this is how you do it, by the way. Sneak peek. So this is the course, the intermediate growth course. It's going to be teaching advanced option strategies. If you want to see the curriculum, all you got to do is swipe. I'm going to be teaching about merit puts and call strategies, some intro to spreads, a bull call and a bear put strategy, and then lesson 2 is going to be a defensive option strategy, other risk management strategies, and a protective call or put strategy. Lesson 3 with straddles and strangles, which are famous to play during earnings, and how do you use them. And then lesson 4 will be butterfly strategies and iron condor strategies. And I may even include a combination of both, which is the iron butterfly. So if you're interested in this, hit me up on Discord or Instagram. There are about 14 spots left, okay? And I'm pretty sure they'll go pretty fast. So let me know if you're interested, and then we can talk further. All right, cool. Just wanted to make that quick announcement there. All right, let's get this on the road. So good morning, good morning. Good morning. Okay, let's see. RMD 185 call. Can I have the strike date, please? I'm watching that one now. Okay, Drew, good morning to you. Should I keep my Juliet 100 call 121? Bruh, that's January 2021. Ooh, I don't know, man. Juliet, it's looking grim. Well, let's have a look, right? So we start the analysis. Let's go into 1 hour and have a look. Well, volume still looks good here, though. Honestly, OBV's been increasing. You know, it looks like, you know, oh, sorry, let me get black. I mean, it looks like, you know, it's increasing and staying there. Only here, the fact that it's, you know, it has been increasing and now it's starting to decrease with the unbalanced volume shows me that maybe volume is starting to flow out. If you're holding this call, I would hold it maybe for, you know, till the next rally and then get out of it. You know, there was some news about remdesivir today too, so maybe you want to hold this for a while, you know, see what happens. You never know, man. I would hold it. If you're already committed and you're losing money, I would hold it for sure. What would another stimulus do to the market? See, that is a really tough question right now. Well, I think the better question is, what would an interest rate cut do to the market? And that is the thing that is really concerning to me. If rates go negative, I'm almost certain that the stock market will rally for the short term, but it's going to cause so many structural problems. Decreasing interest rate one more time, making it negative. We have been in that situation before, post 2008 financial crisis, but right now the situation is different, right? And it's just that I don't feel very comfortable with how cheap money and liquidity is right now, with the combination of how much debt we have. Yeah, because the cheaper money makes the debt cheaper to borrow, but it in the end is going to cause huge problems for the economy. There will be long-term consequences for this. A lot of NVIDIA's revenue is generated from data centers. No, shouldn't they do well when they report earnings? They should do well when they report earnings. I'm just saying, don't hold NVIDIA during a market downturn. It's more susceptible to, experience some kind of a big drop in price. Like, look at where it is now. Oops, I meant to put NVDA. Oh, it still got it, I think. NVDA. Okay. So NVIDIA, as I was saying, like, right, if you imagine if you bought NVIDIA out here and you decided, like, you bought it and you were going long because you saw a huge uptrend, you were like, all right, let me ride this wave. Well, you know what happened, right? You would have made some losses here. So all I'm saying is, don't chase this stock super heavy. Yes, earnings is probably good for it. It's gonna come up, let's see, 521 next week. Avoid playing it right now. That's all I'm saying. If you want to play it for earnings, buy it on Monday and then play the run up to the earnings. More than enough of time. Avoid buying it this week because you don't want to get caught holding the contract over Saturday and Sunday and then donate some money to our best friend called Theta, right? First timer, welcome to the stream. If you're here for the first time, don't forget to subscribe. Please, I only ask for one thing. Just smash the like button. That's all. I appreciate you. Just read the how-to for options flow bot. Can you review an example? Okay, so you're talking about options flow bot in option swing, right? Okay, well, let me just give you a brief introduction to that bot and how to use it. Okay, there are a total of how many bots? Options flow, smart flow, golden flow. Options flow, in a nutshell, tracks things that a flow that is less than 100 grand or maybe 100 grand. Smart flow above 100 grand and typically less than a mil. Golden flow, anything above a mil is on golden flow. What do you really want to concentrate here is looking at flow that is out the money and has a relatively short expiration. That's the two key things you want to look at. If it is a next year position, avoid it. It's a hedge. If it is a in the money next week position, also possibly a hedge. The only ones that you want to look for are out the money and has a generally good amount of volume. So meaning to say that the person has put a good amount of money in there, it's out the money, and has a relatively near expiration, which is it can be up to 2 weeks or a month even. Okay, that's generally the idea how to use them. Cisco 4050 call 522. Thank you. I will look at that. Cisco 4050 call 522. All right. 4050. You're in the money with this. I mean, if you're in the money and you're making money, get out of it. Looks like it's starting to turn around here. Let's look on the 15-minute. Yeah, definitely get out of this. Let's confirm if that was bearish. Yep, definitely get out of that. A lot of people sold yesterday. The market closed. You can see volume just flowing out the last 40 minutes. Highly recommend you to get out of this call if you're in it. If you're in the money, so I'm pretty sure that you would be in the profit. Would love to get an option swing hat. Well, if you refer enough people, I think it's one of the giveaways on the referrals. And then, or alternatively, you could use my referral code. By the way, if you need a referral code to option swing, message me on Instagram. I will give you a referral code that will get you 25% off your first month. And if you want an option swing hat, I'll talk to the admin and I'll see if they'll consider selling some. 515 RMD 185 calls. Damn, 515, bro. Wow. RMD, what is this stock? 24 billion. ResMed, Californian-based medical equipment company. Cloud Cannibal. Okay, interesting. Sleep apnea, chronic. Okay, interesting. Okay, let's look at it. So you said RMD 185 call for 515. Dude, no way. Come on, no way. 185, man. Yo, 185, and you have how many days to hit it? 2 days? Nah, not possible. Sell it for a loss, or you gotta roll it over or do something with it. How do you set your trading view with the red green horizontal lines that show highs and lows? This indicator is a support and resistance indicator. You can get it yourself. It's called Pattern Smart, swing high low resistance support. Go here, click on indicator and strategies and type Pattern Smart, and it'll get the one with the most likes, and then you can make amendments to it. I personally like mine with extension showing a deeper red and a lighter red, and then a deeper green for the support and the lighter green for the lighter support. So it gives me like a nice fade, you know, like how your barber does, a nice fade. Shows you the higher. This is a more heavier resistance. This is a lighter support, that kind of thing, yada yada. All right. Can you do a risk to reward? Can you do a risk to rewards to SPY 500? What do you mean by that? And I'm not sure what you mean by that. How do you feel about June 19 $15 puts on what? How do you feel about June 19 $15 puts on what ticker, man? Roku and Zoom thoughts. I need more information. Please give me a strike or some direction here. What are your preferred setting when looking at chart analysis? 1 hour, 1 day. I start with a top-down approach. So I will always start with the daily, and I'll try to find the trend on the stock first. I'll look at how the moving averages are moving. Is it sloping up? Is it sloping down? I'll look at the immediate support and resistance, and then I'll find out where volume is heading. Then I'll go to the 4 hour if there's not enough information on the daily, and then ultimately at 1 hour to plan my trade out. Once I plan my trade out from here, on the 1 hour, I can see where my risk and return will be. Then I can go into the 15-minute to plan my trade further, to fine-tune my entry and exit, and then 1 minute to confirm volumes. If volume has been flowing out, volume has been flowing in. 15 seconds to fine-tune the exact volume, when it happened and how it happened. So it's a multi-step process. It's not just easy as looking at one chart time frame to do your analysis. I teach this to my my mentees who are part of the Everyday Growth Mentorship. If you want to learn about it, I suggest you join the course. It is a very, very informative course. Good morning, Tyron. What do you think about Plug, especially with VTIC doing well? So I have heard about VTIC, and I think it's a meme stock, right? This one, it's apparently something to do with yeah. See, when something goes like this, just, you know what you do? You just go to another ticker. That's what you do. That's a bubble. Like, don't even look at it. Don't waste your time. Plug, I'm not familiar with, but what is plug? Plug power. What is this? What is the market cap? 1.39 billion. Stay away from this company. Only 10 billion and above, guys. Only 10 billion and above. Don't try not to analyze companies with less than 10 billion market cap. They can be manipulated. Saw Will Meet speak about Wayfair. What are your thoughts? Way overbought, right? I think Wayfair. Let's look at it. I mean, seems way overbought to me. It has to come down back to earth, but you never know what's gonna happen. I think it comes down at least to the moving average down at 174, especially with this market momentum. Let's see what's going on with the market anyway. J Powell is about to speak in like 4 minutes, so it'll be interesting. Okay, I think it needs to come back to earth. That's my thoughts. D-Dog D-Dog just came out with earnings. No, definitely not, man. I don't recommend it. I don't recommend taking calls on this. Super bought up, overextended. If you put in Bollinger Bands, you'll see what I mean. Yeah, super. Look at where the candlesticks are trading. They're trading like right on the top of the Bollinger Band. This needs to snap down. That's what's gonna happen. I will definitely not buy calls for this. If anything, I buy puts. The risk to reward ratio is better on the downside than it is on the upside. I'm sitting in NAT for 550, 515, and 10 call 619. Is this a waste? NAT 515, NAT 550 call 550 calls 515. Oh man, I don't think that's gonna hit. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, but I don't think that's gonna hit. You might want to get rid of that one. And then $10 calls for 619. I mean, maybe $10 call still pretty far out though, considering that the recent high is $9 and you took a $10 call. I know you probably got caught with this rally, and my response to that is, if you have to make a loss and learn from this mistake, just take the loss, man. What are you gonna do about it? I need a hat. Let's get you one. I think I might have missed it, but what are your thoughts thinking for SPY today, especially with Powell speaking? I just mentioned earlier, actually. Watch the replay, bro. But if you want like a summary, it's undecided where it's gonna go. It could go both ways. That's my opinion in my expertise, because right now we have a lot of complications and a lot of uncertainty within the economy. But if he decides to cut interest rates, we're definitely going to go up in the short run, but it may be a bearish long run. Okay. PayPal seems like breaking support level of 141. This 1 hour. I'll still wait for the resistance check at the level before I play it down breaking. Yeah, I was looking at PayPal. I closed it out yesterday. I made a slight loss on PayPal just because the market was not moving in my favor. Should have sold at 2,200. Okay. Microsoft 180 puts 522. Microsoft puts, that's interesting. I mean, for the interim period, sure. Yeah, seems likely. I think so. But then the thing is though, here's the problem, okay? No risk to reward here. Let's say you enter, right? And I think Microsoft's at 183 or something, maybe pre-market. Well, you only have this much of risk, this much of reward, and you're taking on this much of risk. You're taking on double the risk. This is risk right here. Sorry, let me get my pen. Okay, this is your risk, and this is your reward. This is not a favorable trade, because your risk is 2 times of your reward. No bueno. Sorry. Because you're thinking to play it till 180, right? If it goes further down, that's good. But there's a big level of support here, so it can bounce. Roku 124 call 515. Roku 124 call 515. I have a Roku trade planned. Roku 124. Yeah, 124 seems like a nice place to take it. But not 515 though, my goodness. You gotta wait for the bounce. Guys, stop. Okay, one thing I gotta tell you guys, okay? do not play weekly contracts on a Wednesday. I've said this too many times now. On Wednesdays, you do not want to take a weekly contract, okay? And it's simple because if you hold this contract for one more day, the theta is going to just whack your contract. And on Thursday, it gets worse, okay? And on Friday, it's just basically going to make your contract go to zero, all right? So if you want to take Roku, wait for the bounce, all right, to here, and then play it to the upside, right? And Roku has been showing strength here, right? So wait for the bounce and then play it to the upside, but definitely don't take 515. It's too close. Look, it's 2 days away. Look at the Greeks of those contracts, guys. It's gonna be crazy. Your theta is gonna be something like 50 cents, and it's gonna just drain your contract. Okay, I don't recommend it. Take a further expiry. Take at least 30. Like I would say, even take 30 days out. Okay. All right. He cracks me up. Zoom 160 call 522. Zoom 160 call 522. A little better with the 522, but still, I don't recommend 522. 160 call 522. It's at 161. Possible. You gotta wait for Zoom to bounce here. Once again, be patient. Wait for it to bounce. Find it bounce and show a reversal. Once it's showing a reversal, you can play Zoom all the way to 167. 167 calls maybe, but do not take 522. Take like end of May or 529 or something like that. 529 would be a better bet. Look at the Greeks though. Don't quote me on this. Look at the Greeks and make sure that you're getting a good contract. Thoughts on VTIC put for a strike of 20 expiry June 9. I think you can take puts on that one, no problem. As I was just saying, that stock's gonna crash eventually. But as I said, don't quote me on that. Make sure that you're doing your due diligence, man, because I don't believe in buying stocks that are like, or playing stocks that are like experiencing these bubble things. Work 320 call? I think you mean 32. I'm pretty sure you mean 32. Work is not at $320. Yeah, you definitely mean 32. Okay, let's see. Work 320 call 522. Seems probable, but the problem with this is that because of the market momentum, yeah, I mean, actually you could play this. Just, I would recommend you to wait till work validates this over here, which is going to coincide with the moving average. It's going to come down here. Wait for work to come down here and validate this as a support, and then it's going to make another move up. You got to be patient, but definitely not 522. Take it for end of May, end of May or June. Not 522. That's what I'm telling you guys. Stop choosing contracts that are so short expiry. You don't give yourself any time to breathe. If something goes wrong, you have no time for recovery. It's a terrible way to trade, guys. Don't do it. You're gonna lose a lot of money doing that. I made those mistakes way early on when I was trading, and I'm trying to impart that knowledge to you so that you don't make those same mistakes. Okay. Oh, Powell's talking right now. Let's see what's going on. Uh-oh. Okay, thoughts on NVAX after its recent boom from investors? You mean Novavax, right? That company? Sorry, I think my internet boom pow, like Powell. Apple 515 320 call. No, definitely don't take that. 515. Anything 515, do not take it. If you're on a Wednesday 15 calls, you're asking for trouble. That's all I'm gonna say. Because remember, the theta is gonna drain you the most over the next 2 days. Okay, you want to buy next week calls, if anything. If you believe in your Apple call, if you believe in the Apple position, then take the next week calls. And I definitely won't go 320 for Apple. That's way out the money. I see what you're doing though. I know you're trying to go for that cheap contract with the high return. Yeah, it's not going to work. Unfortunately, it's not going to work in this environment. No, I bought Roku on Monday. Should have took profit early, but now waiting for it to go back up. Yeah, that's going to be tough. Unfortunately, the market has a bearish slant towards it, so you got to remember that. You might want to sell for whatever loss you have and just roll over your contract. Powell speaking. Yep, I did go over Microsoft. Too bad you weren't here. Powell says more policy help may be needed to pull U.S. out of the economic downturn. Yeah, that's probably his precursor to say that he's gonna buy all stocks now. They definitely need to take your course, man. I learned a lot about when to enter and exit, how to determine the Greeks. Thank you, Pardeep. I appreciate that. I can't say it enough until somebody else tells them. So I'm glad that you took the course and you understand what I'm talking about. FI, he didn't pay me to say that. Of course, I didn't pay you to say that. If you're interested in the course, hit me up. Okay, I can't stress this enough. Like, take the course, and then things will be so much easier for you. Okay, thank you. Apple 320 call. What expiry are you looking at? Okay, he said it's two times more risk than reward in Microsoft puts. Yep, that's exactly right. Cash out on all calls. Apple, work, AMD. I would hold cash this whole week, honestly. To be fair and to be honest, I just feel very uncertain about this week in general, especially the way this market's going. We don't know what's about to happen, right? So it doesn't seem like the market's really reacting to anything he's saying right now. A little bit of a sell. There was a little bit of a sell-off. This is a 1 minute chart in case you want to get a heart attack. But yeah. Okay, let's see. Any more questions? If not, I might cut this stream short today. Your course is an eye-opener and I didn't get paid either. Thank you. I'm interested in you. Sure, hit me up. If you're interested in me, we can make something happen. Was hand in. How soon after the market open to cash out? I would wait like 30 minutes, at least 30 minutes. Let the market do its thing. All the orders, process, and then you'll be good. Can you do a risk reward for Zoom? Sure. Okay, this is what you will learn on my course if you take it. All right, how do you do preparations for entries and exits? So, for example, Zoom is here, right? And we see, first of all, we look at it on a daily chart. That's how I always teach, okay? And we see that Zoom has tried to break this level multiple times, right? Now, we know that it is unable to break this multiple times, so you can see a rejection here, 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 and here twice. If Zoom has been able to break this, that means this level has become a very strong resistance, all right? So now we can't see enough data here, so we go down to the 1 hour and we see what's going on. So it has tried to break this multiple times, okay? And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna try and play this to the downside now, right? Because Zoom has to technically come down either to here or to here, right? This green line, I'm sorry. Okay. So where do you take your entry? Your entry would be taken right at the break of this dual zone. If you don't know what this dual zone is, it's an area where it's both a support and resistance. Can you see? This is both red and green. So this is a strong level. And if Zoom breaks this, then we can take this trade. So if Zoom comes down to here, where my purple line is, and breaks this with volume, then what we can do is we can take Zoom puts, okay? Now, if you take Zoom puts over here, then you have to calculate where you want your stop loss to be. So let's say that we put our stop loss right over here, because this is above our resistance of the immediate candlesticks that we have. You see the red dots, right? That's a resistance up there. And that's also happens to be where a lot of candlesticks happen to accumulate. Now, above these red dots is where I'll put it, because I don't want a market maker coming to stop me out before hitting down again, okay? So what we're going to do here is calculate what is this risk over here. So we enter at 154 roughly, and we take a risk of 163. So that's a $9 risk, right? $9 risk. So R, which is equals to R, standing for risk, okay? So in order for this trade to make sense, you need to have a 1:2 risk to reward ratio. Now, if that is so, you need a $18 downside, which is the 2R, okay? Now, 153 minus 18 bucks is going to be 135, right? Yes, am I right? I think so. And we have to take it at 135, so right here. So this is your entry. This is your stop loss, and this is your take profit. This is your scenario for a 1:2 trade for Zoom to make sense. And I think that it's highly possible, because you wait for the breakout with good volume here, and then you take your profit right here, right? And look, this happens to be an area of support, right? And there's not much of support from here to here. it will be a free fall, just like how Zoom has done before. Okay, so that's how you plan and you do your trades. I hope that helps. That's the sell scenario. Let's look at Roku, Nvidia. Okay, I'm gonna do Roku and Nvidia, and those are gonna be the last ones that I do. All right, Roku. So with Roku, I probably see the same thing over here. So you can see, failed to break, right? Volume has been going up and down, and now it's pointing down, right? So very high chance that Roku comes down over here. Okay, so I go into the 1 hour chart to see what's going on. The moving average though just crossed, right? On the 1 hour chart, the 50 moving average just crossed the 150 and 200. This is actually a signal for a trend change to the upside. But we have to see how this looks like on the 1 hour, because the 4 hour may throw you off here. So on the 1 hour, it looks like Roku is facing some heavy resistance, right? And you can see the volume has been going like this and then out now, right? So you can see the on-balance volume starting to flow out. Moving average, and then you have the resistance. Well, this is considered more of a heavy resistance level, right? This level here. And it's gotten rejected here multiple times, right? You can see that. So there's a chance that Roku comes down before going back up, right? So you can have a put play. What you would do is the support would become here, right? So enter Roku here at the dual zone once again. This is the strong zone where it's both green and red, right? And then take puts when it breaks here. However, I don't think this is worth the risk to reward. So let's try and pen it out. So let's say we enter the trade here. When it breaks down on volume, and then we calculate the risk. Let's say we put the risk right above here, right? Maybe, yeah, right about there. And then the reward has to come later. So what is this? This is 123 and 131. That's a risk of $6. That's your R. Sorry, no, $7, right? Wait, $8, my bad. 23, 31, $8, yes. Okay, so then your 2R has to be how much? Has to be $16. 16. Okay. Where's $16 minus 23? That's 107. 107. No, this is definitely not worth it. It's definitely not going to hit it too. I doubt it, because it's still in an uptrend, and unless something serious happens, then you need to wait for a volume breakout, like something crazy. Then this would make sense, but this put play doesn't make sense for Roku. So you want to play this to the upside. Upside for Roku, you would have to wait till it breaks above that, set your stop loss down here, and then calculate the upside from there. All right, that's how you do this. Are you offering the course weekly once you launch? The course is already live. You can message me on Instagram and get more information about it. I have an advanced intermediate course that's going to start next week, but that's for advanced option strategies. And then after I'm done with that one, stay tuned for more info about the next wave. Yes, I will have a beginner course. Just stay tuned for more info, and then I'll post more updates on Instagram. But message me so that I know who you are, and if I know that you're interested, I can post it to you and let you know when I'm holding those courses. Okay. How do you set stop loss at a specific price of stock when option stop loss only sets? Okay, so that's a very good question. And so let's say you have a stop loss of, what was this over here? It was $8, right? Well, how do you calculate the stop loss for the option? There's something called delta, right? Okay. Now, every move in delta is a move in the underlying. So if you calculate 8 deltas, you will get your stop loss, and that's roughly the stop loss. You don't need to have an exact stop loss, but then this is too much of a stop loss, because 8 deltas is a lot to lose. So what I always tell my mentees is, if you have an $8 stop loss, you're going to divide it by 2, because options move much more quickly. So you would have a $4 stop loss instead here for the options trade, And then to calculate the stop loss, all you do is you measure what is 4 deltas, and you set your stop loss out of that. Delta has a number tagged to it. Like, for example, if your contract is a delta of 0.5, then you simply take times 4, and your stop loss is going to be your contract price minus $2, which is the multiplication of delta times 4. Make sense? I hope that makes sense. All right, cool. Let's see. You message Everyday Growth Advisor. This is the Instagram you message. Everyday Growth Advisor. Here you go. Or you can message me on the Discord as well. I am Neutral Tyrant on Option Swing. I'm the mod. Okay, I'm gonna keep the stream short today, and I appreciate you guys being here. Please, I only ask for one thing before I leave. Just smack that like button, guys. I want to see like 50 likes here, if you can. I really appreciate it. I love you too, man, Oscar. Let's see, maybe I have time for one more. I have a Starbucks 95 call, 717. What do you think? Starbucks 95 call for 717. Damn, bro. Nah, man. Come on. Too far out. Way too far out. Nah. 95 call is too far out, bro. I would recommend you to do it closer. Roll your contract out. No problem, guys. I hope you guys have a great trading day. Let's see if the market's going crazy. Not really. Okay. Thank you for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. I love you. If you're interested in the course, once again, message me on Everyday Growth Advisor on Instagram. No S, Everyday Growth Advisor. This is a symbol. Okay? Awesome. Have a good one. See y'all on Friday with the next live stream. Smack that like button. I want to see 50. Thank you. Bye.